Assalamualaikum. My name is Amna Osman. I'm the earliest coordinator at TNS Beacon House, Learners Agency. Power to act, student engagement. At TNS, we strongly believe in Learners Agency, which refers to learning of a student, their drive and their interest. In early years, it is facilitated through structured and unstructured play and setting provocations to cause their interest. Thank you.
Students in the primary years are constantly engaged in learning and the different stages of learning. Learning activities are designed particularly to keep in mind student needs and student age appropriateness. And because we practice PBL in TNS, it gives the students a really good and a very natural opportunity to connect on their learning across disciplines and then within the real life and make real life links. So each learner then is able to make links that are unique to them and are as individual as they are. And that for us is the key of the core of all of our learning. It is agentic learning at its best, and it gives the students a sense of goal, the journey, the achievement. They get to reflect, they get to revise and reflect and refine their work constantly, and it is all student autonomous. It's their decision and they get to decide on what interests them and how they want to change things around. And all of this is reflected not only through their learning, but also in their learning environments. Their learning environments will reflect student work, student processes, learning processes, and of course their opportunities that the facilitators are providing.
Okay, Assalamu Alaikum. Student agency for me is believing in improving ourselves for improving our students. Appreciating that we are not instructors but facilitators for helping students in their journey of becoming lifelong learners. It's about supporting our students reach their potential rather than setting one common goal for all to achieve. As educators, we need to believe in always keeping students at the center and enlightening them to Allama Iqbal's concept of khudi, significance of the self. Student agency is about walking the learner profile attributes. It's about being caring, open-minded and reflective in order to create a culture where your students acknowledge that their voices can be heard and they can suggest solutions to their problems and they can be a voice of change. Let's all join hands and facilitate students in taking ownership of their own learning. Thank you.
So student agency in my view is basically where students are involved. It's self-initiated, inquiry based, and they take charge of or they take responsibility of their own learning. Typically, if you want to put it in 2 words, it can be as the student agency is about their voice and choice, and how you can initiate is, I would say it's through different strategies like inquiry-based learning and project-based learning. These are the 2 strategies, or you can say the 2 teaching concepts that support student agency a lot. Student agency also allows students to basically reflect on what they are learning, not only take the decisions. It's a directive path for them where they are given the feedback on step-by-step learning process, and they themselves find out that what's the solution and how to go about it, what's more there to learn about. They develop their need to knows and their learned lists, further find out that what would be our investigations, where should we go for our research, and the teacher basically acts as the facilitator, making sure that you do provide them certain guidelines and direct them, channelize their thinking process, but still students are at the forefront taking the responsibility of their own learning. That's what student agency is for me.
Learning Support Department strongly believes in the student agency. Voice, choice and ownership are the pillars of inclusivity in TMS. Students with different abilities are provided a safe environment to voice out their opinions and share ideas to equally contribute in the school community and the classrooms. Right from the beginning, they are provided with a good insight about their strength areas. Choice is given throughout the continuum of the TNS. Student can voice out and choose according to their strengths, for example, their own preferred learning styles, the medium of production, differentiation in the end products of the projects, and subject selections. This allows them to actually take an ownership of their learning, and in the high grades they are actually able to opt for their subjects, and they are well aware of the strength areas which they are going to pursue in the universities for the life.